Mm-hmm.
to the Playbook!
Welcome.
Top of the morning to you. It's always morning, just in case you were wondering, and noon and night and all the above.
So as you can see here, we're a little shorthanded.
Yeah,
We are down one of our compadres. We want to send well wishes to him. And also we want to say, unfortunately, we will not be having our lovely guest who's supposed to be right there.
yes.
They will not be able to attend with us tonight. They unfortunately had to call out sick. So they will be with us on May 8th. That is their new scheduled date. So we will not have anyone with us from the Minnesota Twins tonight. But
Stay tuned.
yes.
Stay tuned. They will be back.
Yeah.
Well, they will be here.
Yeah, they will be here.
The 8th.
So you'll just have to deal with us as we discuss the NFL draft, obviously, the first round, what we think of it, and then we'll discuss what we think about what's going to happen tonight and the rest of the weekend. Also, I think we're going to get into a little bit of the playoffs, both NBA and probably not the NHL. Let's be honest here. This is definitely not his forte.
I don't even know what's
Yeah.
going on at all. Zero.
But I would like to talk about MLB, a little bit of who's real, who's not,
Yes, we know who's real.
and then wherever we go to from here. How's that sound?
It's definitely not Boston. They're not real. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
because someone's got a cool story to talk about what they did this week. So
Oh yeah. Super awesome. My wife got me tickets to the Yankees Red Sox at Fenway, so we just came back from Fenway Park. I was there Wednesday night, watched Max Fried and Ranger Suarez, and Boston is struggling
you
badly.
watch Max Fried while you freezed your ass off.
It was so cold. It was so cold. Like I was like, we picked it for April. Like, oh yeah, it's not going to be as cold then. It's going to be fantastic. It's been on my bucket list forever to watch a game at Fenway Park. You know, like I'm a Braves fan. I do like Boston too, but I mean, they're not my team.
Right.
But if the Braves aren't in it, that's who I want to win. And you know, the historic Fenway Park. I've always wanted to go there and check it out, see the monster for real, and it was pretty badass.
Let me tell you, they FaceTimed me, and their seats were phenomenal.
Yeah, right on the rail on the first base line. The only problem we had is like we were sitting at, whoever was the first base coach was right in the way of the batter. So I had to like, you know, I'm not complaining. Listen, I just want to make it clear, but like, I'm like, oh, what the hell? You know, every time there was somebody up there batting, but it was super cool. We spent 3 days in Massachusetts, and we stayed in Gloucester, which was really cool.
Oh,
really cool place. Downtown Gloucester, right on the water. It was pretty nice. And I like history.
Yeah,
I'm a history guy, and you know what better place for history than Boston?
Oh, I'll tell you, I've been up there when I was in the Navy. I'm not going to say I could tell you I remember any of it because obviously I was in the Navy, and
Right.
at that time I was drinking quite heavily. So I'd like to go back up there and see it.
Cool.
Because while I went and visited a lot of places, I was in no condition at all to remember any of it whatsoever.
Yeah, you know, like we were mostly on the north end, you know, like a downtown north end.
Yeah.
And man, people were super nice. Everybody super kind.
So awesome.
Yeah, like, and that was like different from what I understood. A lot of people are like, oh, you're in Boston, you get a lot of mass holes up there. Not at all.
Yeah.
0%.
No.
Like, didn't have anybody rude. Everybody was super considerate and kind, and it was badass, man.
Yeah.
You know, like surreal moment to walk when I was in Fenway. I was just like, I didn't know how to handle it. I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. So awesome. You know, like it was cool, man. And watch Aaron Judge. He tore their ass up. He did. I'm really starting to pay attention to baseball now.
Yeah.
Like the last week or two. And I didn't really pay attention as much to Boston yet, and I realized how bad they're struggling.
Oh, it's so bad.
They're so like, dude, that everybody's hitting 220
Yeah.
or lower, and their pitching's not good right now. Outside of their one pitcher, you know. But they look terrible, man.
You know who's funny? Is Philly, right?
Mm-hmm.
So whether they've lost nine straight now, right?
And the Mets. And the
well,
Mets.
okay. Well, the Mets are bad.
They
shouldn't be. I know they shouldn't be, but they're bad.
This is the second time they've done that since this guy's been the owner.
I know, but Philly is not for lack of trying.
No,
like their guys are hitting.
It's just baseball, dude.
It's just they cannot.
You can't pull the win out.
No, they cannot.
I don't think their pitching's been doing very well neither.
No, it's their pitching. Like they're hitting. They had 7. And they allowed 4 last. Was it last night? They allowed 4 runs in like the 7th or 8th inning. They end up batting in some more, and then still end up giving it up. It's just horrendous.
This is the problem with signing a guy like Schwarber too.
Yeah,
because he killed it last year.
Yeah,
he crushed it last year.
Yeah,
like one of the better years he's always hit home runs.
Right,
but he's always batting like 210, 220. He hit better than I've ever seen him hit consistently with the home runs last year. But they signed him for this big contract again, and this is what you get. This is him.
I know.
He'll probably hit 30 or 40 home runs.
Yeah.
But he's gonna bat 200, dude.
Well,
and that's not a good thing.
No, it's not.
It's not a good thing at all.
And that's the problem. Most of their lineup is full of that.
So I want to pull up their. Let's see here. Let's do team pitching. I just want to pull it up real quick. It's not showing me.
I grabbed the wrong glasses for this.
Let's see here. I know there's a way I can see, like team. Let's see here. Anyways, they look like shit.
Yeah.
Which I love it because I'm a Braves fan, and the Braves are kicking ass.
Yeah. So here you go. So here's their strikeouts, right? So, Sanchez has got 43.
He's their best pitcher right now.
Luzardo has 33.
Oh, here we go.
Nola 29. Painter 20. Like,
wow. So, the complete leaders. Pitching. All right. So, Philly is 28th. Team ERA of 5.12.
Yeah.
That is not good. On the flip side here, though, the Braves.
Yeah.
My Atlanta Braves, Tomahawk Chop, baby.
Yeah.
Oh. Second in hitting, in average. Second best team in baseball in hitting. Second best team in baseball in pitching. 3.12 ERA. And this is with 50% of their starting pitching rotation on the injured reserve right now. Yeah. So, boys ain't playing, dude.
So here's Walker, right? One of their starters. Walker had
Braves?
For the Phillies.
Oh yeah.
22 points. He's had 22.2 innings that he's pitched, right? His earned runs 23.
I mean, listen, let's get real. It's really early. It is.
It is. It's extremely early. But this is what's killing them is that, your starters are giving up a shit ton.
Yeah, and they're not hitting the best at the moment either. I mean, they're not. Let's see here. Where they're at, where they're ranked right now. They're second to last.
Yeah.
Second to last with a 219 team average. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. That's not good.
I mean, look, your studs, right? Trey Turner, 225. Harper's hitting 261. Frickin' Schwarber's hitting 198.
That's what you're gonna get, man.
I know. But I mean,
he may bring that up to about 220.
Look, your best Brandon Marsh is hitting 300, and Marsh doesn't start every game.
Marcia's like one of them guys that's sneaky good, though. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
he can have his moments. He's a 260 to 300 hitter.
Right.
He doesn't play all the time, but he'll all of a sudden pop out of the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? Where did this dude come from? And like, just a little bit to my point. So Kyle Schwarber, right? Why is it not showing me? I need him all time, not for the season. He has 8 home runs.
Yeah, he has 8 home runs. Yeah, that's great. I would rather you bat 250 than have 8 home runs.
Yeah, me too. I thought if you ain't on base, you ain't scoring runs.
No, like I can't get continuity if. Listen, I need people moving around the base.
Harper's hitting 261. Garcia's hitting 221. Alec Baum's hitting 151. JP Crawford's hitting 261. This hurts, bro.
Right.
It really hurts.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. What's a bigger surprise?
Mm-hmm.
All right. The NL Central all being above 500. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Or the fact that, like, for example, the Red Sox, the Blue Jays, the teams that were dominant last year are all below 500.
It's early, man.
I know it's early.
It's early, but
I'm just asking, not what is more surprising to you right now?
probably the NL Central, that everybody's above 500.
Right.
I mean, Pittsburgh looks good, but they'll probably tail off. They don't have the high end talent enough. Not a high end talent. They don't have enough talent all the way through the roster.
No.
Like O'Neal, if he continues to hit the way that he is, which
Right.
he's been pounding the ball, and he hasn't up until this point in his career, he hasn't lived up to the expectation. But if he continues to hit the way he is, then that really helps them out.
Yeah.
Milwaukee, we know, is just always good. Even though they're in last place right now, the last, I don't know, 8 years,
Yeah,
plus, they've just been no matter what they did with their roster, they're always up top in the Central.
The Cubs and Brewers are supposed to be up there. The Reds are supposed to be the middle team. The Cubs or the Cardinals and Pirates are supposed to be the bottom tier teams right now.
Yeah, and Cincinnati looks good, man. I mean, they were there at the door for the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
They look good, man. De La Cruz he's kind of doing what he always does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And let's see here. Stewart, that's the one I was looking for. He's killing the ball. The dude's killing the ball, man. The third baseman.
Yep.
He is crushing it, man. He's hitting 297 with 8 home runs, 5 doubles, 24 RBIs. Really good, man. He looks really good.
What was killing me was I was looking. They were already showing teams that should potential players that should get traded away.
Still early, man.
And I was like, why is I get you need an article piece, but like this is way too early to talk about.
It is.
That should trade away players. Like, holy cow. Like you have 3 series. There's not one team that couldn't win 3 series in a row and all of a sudden be well, I guess the Phillies, but
Yeah, serious.
but other than that, the Phillies and Mets are the only 2 teams that couldn't win 3 series in a row
At the moment.
and be above 500.
Well, maybe Boston too. Dude, listen, I don't understand the Boston thing because like in the beginning,
Royals too.
yeah, before the year started, I heard people talking about it like, oh man, they're a sneaky good team.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the roster and I was like, I don't see it, man.
No.
I don't see it. And like their pitching is supposed to be their strength. You know what I mean?
Right.
Their pitching's supposed to be their strength. So let's take a look at that real quick. They got one stud over there, and everybody else is kind of underperforming. All right, let's see here. Boston's pitching is 27th with a 4.37 team ERA. I mean, dude, what? That's not good.
No.
And from what I've seen so far, looking at their team, their hitting's not going to carry them. They can't pitch like that in order to be
No.
any bit of a factor. You know what I mean? Any bit of factor. Let's see here. The pitching. Crockett. 24 innings pitched.
Yeah.
And he's got a 7.88 ERA right now. Ranger Suarez was who I watched. He got drilled.
Yeah, he was supposed to be good this year.
He got drilled.
They traded for Sonny Gray.
He's got a 4.33.
He looks like he did before he went to St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
Whitlock was supposed to be giving him something. He's not doing anything.
No, none of them look good,
No.
dude.
Chapman looks like crap. And they're already talking about trading out Chapman. I'm like, for what? Who wants Chapman right now?
Yeah, he's not the Chapman he used to be.
No.
I remember when he came in the league, man.
Oh,
man, everybody's like, "Whoa, what do you do with this?" Because he had the little off-speed stuff that he did too, and he was throwing 103.
Yeah, he was scary.
Yeah, he was.
God, he was scary.
Imagine getting hit by a 103 mile an hour fastball,
dude.
4 mile an hour fastball. What?
No. Like my day's over.
Yeah, it's over with. I'm
like,
done.
Give me a designated runner. I'm not going. I'll take my base and then give me a runner.
Yes,
I'm going home. I'm done for the day.
Oh, dude. So let's jump into the NFL draft real quick, and we'll go back to baseball. And we'll do a little basketball talking too, because we got some basketball.
Yeah, we do
to talk about. All right, so we were on the phone. We were texting back and forth last night. You know, and after the first pick, I was like, the chaos starts.
Yeah, I know.
The chaos, like, because everything was open for interpretation after pick number 1.
Right. I knew the Jets were taking Bailey.
I figured they were too.
Yeah.
That's why I picked in our mock draft for them to take.
Yep.
I like the pick.
Yeah.
I like the pick. But then you go then the next 2 picks. Cardinals take Jeremiah Love.
Okay, so I know that the last day or two that became like a huge thing that was possibly going to happen, but I also didn't think it really would. I thought that there was going to be a trade.
Mirrors, smoke and mirrors, bro.
Yeah. I thought there was going to be a trade up for that spot, you know, because I really didn't think that they would take Love. I mean, listen, granted, probably the best player. You know, he's probably, there's 3 players in this draft who are probably, you know, right there at the top as far as talent wise. Overall, like, you know, of the guys who may be potential Hall of Fame kids, he could be one of them.
So, and them 3 players would be him,
Downs,
and
of who's got the potential to be Hall of Fame, Styles.
Yeah,
I think Styles has the highest ceiling.
I mean, he has the highest athletic ceiling.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to put it together, you know.
Yeah, it's a different speed, brother. Everybody runs fast in the NFL, you know.
Right.
Like as far as he goes.
Right, but if he takes those athletic numbers and he puts them, it's if he does what Micah did.
Yeah. Who, Styles or Reese? Because Styles is a real off the ball linebacker.
I know that, but I'm saying, like, if he was to do like Micah did, where Micah was the guy who didn't produce that much and then got put in a position where he was able to really turn that athletic freak ability into something. I'm not talking about the same position. I'm just talking about doing, you know, like they did with what was his name? What was the kid that Arizona drafted?
I know you're talking
Harrison or
Simmons.
Yeah. So they misused the kid.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So then he goes elsewhere, and then he actually starts to play real ball.
Yeah. He tested off the charts.
If Styles is put into a position where he's able to actually be, you know, like Micah did, where Micah was, they started him incorrectly as an off the ball linebacker and then put him at defensive end. If they find the right spot to use Styles could turn into that freak that could be a game wrecker.
Well, Reese too. Reese is more along the lines of a Micah type of player.
Reese is more in line with that, but I don't think his ceiling. I don't think he's as gifted as Styles is.
No, he might not be.
Which he may do. He's like a Micah light.
Yeah,
is how I look at him. Whereas Styles, I think, is as gifted as, say, a Micah or something like that, as far as what he can do talent wise. And he may not do it in the same place, but he'll do it in a different position where he could do a lot.
So Reese is 6'4", 241.
Yeah.
And Styles is 6'5", 244.
Yeah.
So Styles is actually bigger than him.
Yeah. And does more freakish stuff.
But Micah's like, he's a hybrid. Micah Parsons is a hybrid.
Right.
Linebacker / defensive end, type of player who rushes the passer often.
Yeah. Not the best at the run, but
but he, Styles is a beast, dude.
I know Styles,
Historic numbers, dude.
right?
Historic.
If someone is able to take Styles' talent, like those athletic gifts, and put them to use,
He might be in the right place for that.
right? I know that's the thing.
Defensive-minded coach, bro.
Right.
I guess he's taken away the play calling duties as a defensive coordinator this year.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand, but I don't.
Well, sometimes sometimes it may be better for the primary goal as far as what you're needing.
Right.
If the person you have doing it is doing the same thing you're doing,
Yeah, and you can, you're always on the radio.
Right.
Like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, like
we're not doing that.
No. You're calling it right, but not quite right.
Yeah,
like,
almost. Let me step in here real quick.
Yeah.
But I mean,
okay, but before we jump, but the love thing, because we're getting a little bit too far. So
it's just like I said last night, offensive minded coach.
Yeah.
Not offensive minded. It's an offensive coach, head coach. That's why they took Love, dude. I mean, they have holes everywhere. They need more than a running back. You can pick it. Like, don't get me wrong. So you're expecting this dude to be a Saquon type running back. Saquon went number 2. He went number 3.
In a weak draft, why not?
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, would you take him over a pass rusher?
Everyone in this draft had some sort of negative check mark against them.
Yeah.
So why not take this kid who's ridiculous?
Yeah, he is ridiculous.
So,
I mean, I'm not saying the Saquon remark. I'm not saying he isn't going to be that.
No, but
he has the capability.
Right. Watching the kid play, and everything he did, and then he tested out the way he did.
Yeah.
I'm taking him. If I'm Arizona, what else do I have to lose? As much as I've lost,
he's an all-purpose type of running back. I mean, like, you can split him out wide. You can put him in the slot. You can have him run screens.
Yeah.
He'll run the ball. It's just
and he split the backfield.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have as much tread as guys normally like him would.
Yeah.
So
I get it. I agree. I mean, the next pick, I didn't understand at all,
dude.
With Cornell Tate going number 4.
No, Tennessee blew my mind in this draft.
I mean, I guess, I mean, that is against every conventional wisdom that has been put out there or what's seen on tape.
Right.
Or the dude ran a high 4.5.
Okay. We'll just say, okay, he was the safest all-around wide receiver. Okay, because a lot of them were torn between him or the Tyson kid or Malachi Lemon. And let's say he's what you look at on your team is the best fit for you. Okay, which is fine.
Yeah,
I'm not taking him at 4th.
I'm
not on that team.
I mean, I'm at least trying to trade out of that spot.
Even if you can't trade out of that spot, say you can't, because I said it last night. Say that you want too much and no one is willing to give it up. No one.
I would say, hey, look, give me a 3rd. I'll stay in top 10 if I want to get out of that spot. Give me a 3rd round pick. You know what I'm saying? Move out. Anybody in the top 10.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But let's just say no one is willing to give up because there's a prerequisite, right? And say no one's willing to give up for it. Okay, fine, whatever. I'm not taking Tate.
I mean, in that spot, I'm taking Reese. I'm taking Delane over him. I'm taking Styles over him. And at the number 4, even though Spencer Fano, dude.
Yeah, I'm taking.
Or Francis Moak.
Like, why would you not take a lineman to protect your number 1 quarterback?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, it frustrated me.
Yeah, I don't.
After that, everything went to hell in a handbasket quick.
Yeah, dude. And then Reese to the Giants, people are raising hell about it. Like, they don't need They don't need defensive line, that people are saying. But I mean, if you think back, 10, 15 years ago when they were winning Super Bowls, they had this type of defensive
Right.
line to rotate in and out just constantly.
They did, but they're going to get rid of Thibodeau now. Definitely, they have to.
Yeah,
I mean, they're not.
Even if they don't, dude, the rotation is sickening.
It is sickening, but
It is sickening.
But they're not going to lose him for nothing because they didn't pick up his 5th-year option and he's on his last year.
I mean, if you're the Giants, would you pick him if he was there at 5?
Oh yeah.
Would you have changed it? Would you have picked something different?
No
Position.
No. The only thing I would have done there is I would have been screwed because I was in my head. I was like, Reese is gone. I'm taking Downs.
Yeah.
And then I'm picking my offensive lineman.
I probably would have picked Downs there too.
Yeah. But once that happened, and I told you guys later, I thought, oh, they're taking Downs, but they took the offensive lineman, which they absolutely needed.
Yeah.
Because he moves into guard for him. But Jesus, it was like so hard.
It was. It definitely. And then you got your first trade of the night.
Which I told you was going to happen.
Yep. Cleveland traded out to the Chiefs.
Yep.
And the Chiefs took Delane. Which I don't hate it.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. If you're the Chiefs, why not take Downs over Delane? You need both.
Well, they need a cornerback more than they need a safety, though.
Okay, but here's the difference. I'm just asking. You have Delane, who is in most drafts would be probably, with these corners. Delane's the number 1 corner in this draft. But in usual drafts, as far as corners goes, he'd probably be like your 5th corner because the corners are not that strong this year in comparison. Like McCoy, if he was healthy, would be your first
I mean,
corner.
Let's look at the pre-draft. Delane has a physical pre-draft analysis, competitive corner who excels in press coverage.
Yeah.
So you can, if he turns out well, you can put him on an island.
Yeah.
Showing the ability to mirror receivers' release and stay in their back pocket. He's strong at the top of the routes when closing from off coverage. When the ball is in the air, Delane is quick to turn his head and locate it. His timing and body control really stand out on tape, leading to 11 passes defended in 2025. He also had 6 interceptions over the past 2 seasons as a run defender. As a run defender, Delane is aggressive, does not shy away from contact, but he will miss some tackles and get stuck on blocks.
Right. So he's definitely good. Don't get me wrong, but he probably if like McCoy was healthy, McCoy would be number 1, definitely.
Yeah, I can't believe he's still sitting out there.
I know. Now, and like I said, that Johnson kid who you guys picked up could possibly be an equal to him.
Yeah, I agree.
And so now I start looking at him more, and I go, I could have had Downs, who is better than him, and a general, and just I could have basically a potential. I may not have an Ed Reed, but an Ed Reed light, okay, to run my whole defense back there.
Yeah. No, I mean, from all reports and from what I've seen on tape, he's the man.
So
he's the man, dude.
So in my head, I'm thinking that's what I want because, if I've got someone who can direct all that back there, they're going to put all my guys who are athletically talented enough in the right position.
Well, like maybe it's just the LSU thing, but the kid from over in Houston, what's his name? I can't think of his fucking name. The cornerback. He's like the best cornerback in the NFL right now.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Is he from LSU?
He's from LSU. Yeah. Yeah. And he came in highly touted from high school. And then like his senior year, he kind of had some bumps and bruises, I think, but he still went really high. Delane gives me vibes of him.
It could be.
And if that's the case, they made a great pick.
Yeah.
They made a great trade. They made a great pick. So what you think the Saints, they were worried about the Saints grabbing him?
They were absolutely worried about the Saints.
I mean, the Saints, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Sonny Styles to Washington, I love that pick for them.
No brainer,
dude. All day long.
Yep.
And then the Saints took Jordan Tyson, which I believe that they were thinking offense the whole entire time.
I'm if here's the thing. I don't disagree with you, but if I'm taking somebody, okay, Tyson, who is so gifted, I mean, could possibly be the best receiver in this group.
You just can't stay on the field.
God, like the kid they're all football injuries.
Torn ACL, broken collarbone,
Yeah.
hamstring injuries.
They're not practice injuries. They happen during the field of play.
Yeah, and usually someone who comes in with that type of stuff, injury history.
I'm not doing top 10.
And it's not like it's the knee.
Yeah.
It's the knee, it's the collarbone, it's the hamstring. It's injury. The true definition of injury prone.
You could had Mekhi Lemon, who is basically.
What is wrong with that dude, by the way?
I know
there's something wrong with him.
So Christine said last night, she said he was crying.
No, he was not crying.
That she said he was crying underneath the glasses. He was trying to fight it off. I said he was high as a kite.
Did you see him at the fucking combine, dude?
Yeah.
What is wrong with that
dude? Listen, man. Hey,
what's wrong with him?
Look, he's an Amon Ra type. Is basically what they say.
Yeah, it's a stretch.
Listen, he plays like him.
I mean, that's a stretch to me.
Why is that a stretch?
I don't think he's anywhere near Amon Ra.
That's exactly that's who his comp is. Amon Ra.
We'll see. I don't see it, but maybe
he's that possession type receiver. Freaking,
you could take it to the house and
and he blocks. I mean, he is.
He didn't run a real good 40 either, did he?
No, but he's like an Amon Ra.
All right, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Okay, sorry. Anyways, that's why I would taken him instead of Tyson there, because I would have had a good receiver that's going to catch for my freaking. It's guaranteed he's going to grab that ball for my guy, versus a super talented receiver who may or may not be there for my young quarterback.
Yeah, and so like I'll get to it in a second, because when we get to the Dolphins, I'm going to bring the point up. But
yeah,
Spencer Fano to the Browns.
Yep, great
love
pick.
it.
Yep,
love it. Solid, sound, smart pick.
Giants. I wanted them to take. I wanted them to take Downs there, but it was a perfect pick. They got their guard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're building the trenches, dude.
Yep.
That's Harbaugh for you, bro.
They've already got the bookends. They've got this beast of a guard in there. They're thick.
Yeah, and then so like let's go back to the eighth pick. The Saints. Remember when the Saints took Jordan Tyson? I text you guys. I was like, dude,
yeah.
If Caleb Downs is there, the Dolphins sprint to the podium.
Yeah.
No, they traded it.
Yep.
I knew it, dude.
Yeah.
They can't help it. They can't help themselves but to fuck some shit up.
But what?
So, I know what you're gonna say. I agree. They need a lot, dude.
Yeah.
They need a lot, man.
Yeah.
And I don't hate it.
No.
At first, I was like, I knew it. I knew they were gonna do something like this. They were either not gonna take him or trade out the pick. I knew it. I should know this, bro, by now.
I know.
I'm a Dolphins fan. But like me and the other Chris were like, ooh, we're gonna get Downs. Oh, the pick has been traded. I was like, yeah, figures. I should have known better. But I mean, that's exactly what Dallas needs. They need a field general over there who can take control of the defense and put him on their back, put him on his back, and say, hey, let's go. And I love the pick for them, man.
Yeah.
I think that they made the right choice. And like the Dolphins made the right choice too. They're like, hey, look, we're going to take Downs or you give us 2 5th-round picks.
Yeah.
And, I think they made the right choice both ways. At first, I didn't like it. And then the Dolphins took Caden Proctor, which I'll never be mad about building the trenches first.
No.
Like, because if you look at the dominant teams in the NFL, they're built up front first.
And if Caden Proctor is mature, you quite possibly have another Trent Williams there.
Yeah. He hasn't played up to that standard yet.
No.
But he has the ability to.
The kid is an athletic freak.
Yeah.
Freak of nature.
Massive. Massive 6'6", 352.
Yeah.
And they were like, I read a report last night. He's like, yeah, as long as I can stay in the 350 range, everything's kosher.
Yeah.
I was like 350. He's staying at 350 range, huh? Jesus, that is a massive human being. And then, like, on further review, if you look at it, we talked about it too last night, or earlier today. The Dolphins got a extremely underrated offensive line.
Yeah, they do.
And that's just because the offensive line has always been the problem for the last 6 years. Like when Tua and them, when they were there, when they were playing really well and they looked like an explosive offense, the offensive line was always the problem coming into every offseason and during the season the whole entire time. And that's still kind of stuck in people's heads. Unless you're like a real Dolphins fan or a real football fan or sports fan that actually pays attention to all things.
Yeah.
Their line is really underrated.
Yeah, they've built it. They built it well. They've got a lot of young good guys in there. They've built it inside and out. It is a well designed line that is coming together. And Proctor, he may play tackle, he may play guard. Who knows?
He's going to start off as a guard. I guarantee it.
So
they probably got the best center in the NFL. And then you got Patrick Paul, who's a monster over at left tackle, dude.
Yeah.
He might be one of the best left tackles already. But the only problem is what's that other jerk off's name? I can't.
Austin Jackson.
Austin Jackson. Yeah. Jagaloon.
Listen, and Jackson could be moved around too. You never can tell, dude.
And Jackson's pretty good when he's healthy.
Yeah.
He's not bad at all. You know what I'm saying?
No, he's not.
But he's not healthy ever.
Okay. Well, maybe he gets moved.
Yeah, but you put, if Jackson stays healthy and then you put Proctor in at guard for a season because Jackson's contract expires after next year.
Right.
Then it was a great pick as long, there's a lot of deciding factors on the pick, dude.
Yeah.
There really is. We'll see if he plays up to his potential and Jackson stays around and stays healthy. They could have a really good line.
Yeah.
And they could probably surprise some people next year if that's the case.
The last year really it was so funny. I was so bent on thinking that like looking at Chicago's line, like these people are going to play these positions for certain. And then you watch what like Theo Benedict did, and like they were talking, Ozzie Trujillo gets drafted, and you're like, okay, this definitely. And then Theo Benedict comes out of nowhere, this undrafted kid we had from the year before, and he just keeps rising through because now he's actually underneath a real coaching staff doing this. So you've got this new coaching staff. You don't, who knows what's going to happen now as far as who they put where. Your line may get a bit of a shuffle here. And they may go, hey, we want you here, and while they're playing well, they may find that they play even better in these other positions. So who knows what'll happen?
Well, you got your two bookends if it works out.
Yeah,
of the future.
Oh yeah,
and you can never go wrong that way, bro.
No,
never.
Okay, so now
the biggest
shocker. I can't Okay, now I did hear Colin Coward bet his guy, I forget the guy's name now, on his show. He said it just randomly that he could see where the Rams, and he bet him like I guess 2 steak dinners or something.
Yeah.
But like realistically, anyone who seriously had the Rams drafting Simpson
at this spot at 13.
At 13. Go buy a lotto ticket. All right. Because I'll tell you what, if you're not an insider, like I don't want to hear football insiders, someone who's got, someone who works at the Rams or something like that. I want like some known, people like us who have no connections, who legitimately were like, I absolutely know this is going to happen. I feel it in my gut because this is insane.
What was their other pick? It was like 28 or 29.
No, they didn't have any other pick. This was their only pick in the first round.
Oh, they traded it to the Chiefs. That's right. Okay.
So they shockingly, like,
I mean, do you let them sit there though?
Well, here's my thing. Here's my problem with it, right? Ty Simpson in any other draft is going to be
Third rounder
is probably a third rounder. He's only got 15 starts. The general rule of thumb is you want 25 starts out of a kid, right?
but you have a year. You have a year with him to sit behind the reigning MVP.
Okay,
and
you have the reigning MVP. Now, I was talking about this with my wife about this earlier, and I was saying it just because I was saying it loud. I know she wasn't even paying attention. Let's be realistic here. But I was just saying, like, if you had drafted him last year, okay, going into the season with Stafford with the bad back or whatever else, okay, a Simpson-esque type player, okay, if you drafted him going into that draft, where you know that you got Stafford, he's got the bad back, but he's still you're going to get another couple years out of him and stuff like that. All right,
it'd have been a different story.
I would have understood it at that point. At this point, how much more?
I mean, he's got some skill, dude.
Stafford is listen.
No, I'm talking about Ty Simpson.
Oh, okay, I understand Ty Simpson's got some skill,
dude.
He does have some skill, but the problem is how much time is this kid going to really get when he's sitting in that thing? Now, Jimmy G has talked about possibly retiring. Okay,
and they got
Stetson. Okay,
yeah.
But how much time is this kid really going to have to get ready to be the heir apparent?
A year.
Okay, a year is not going to cut it for a kid who's got this little bit of time.
We'll see.
Because, and I said this to you guys because you brought it up, you or Chris, I forget, I think it was you, who said, McVay is very picky about his quarterbacks. I said, yeah, but McVay also, granted he traded Goff for Stafford, but McVay gave up on Goff pretty quickly.
Yeah, but I have some insight on that though. Because there's a guy, one of my customers.
Well, I know you do, but
yeah, so one of my customers had Sean McVay over at his house on the beach for his best friend's wedding.
Yeah,
downtown, and him and his son, my customer and his son, his son was the Mr. Ohio football, so they know some football,
right?
They were sitting down at the reception with McVay, and like it comes kind of a surprise when it first happened that they traded him. You're like, what? Why?
Right.
Because he looked good.
Yeah.
He looked pretty good, dude.
Yeah.
And McVay told them, he can't run my offense the way I want it ran.
Right.
He can only make 2 to 3 reads.
Right.
And I need a guy who can do 5, 6, 7 reads at a time. And he cannot do it. And that's the reason he got rid of him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So let's look at this though. So they got rid of him. They got Stafford. They won Super Bowl. What is Goff doing over there still? He's killed it in certain areas. He's still trying to win a Super Bowl.
I understand that, but
So hold on. Let me ask you one more thing though. Okay. It just came to my head. I don't want to lose it.
Okay.
So you take Stafford off the Rams, put him with the Lions team that has been there the last 2 or 3 years. They win a Super Bowl?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. I'm not saying that. This is what I brought up though. When this is what I was talking about. Stafford or McVay is not a quarterback whisperer.
Okay, but
McVay is a great play caller.
But he knows he is a very intricate play caller.
He is
and he knows who can and cannot run his offense.
So like as we were going into this draft, one of the big things about that everyone was going back and forth about who's better quarterback, Mendoza or Simpson. All right,
that's not a question.
Okay, but one of the things about Mendoza was he can't get off that first, second read. He gets that second read, and if he doesn't, he tries to take off. He's not good about if he gets past that second read, he's out. Simpson at least is good about going through his reads.
Progression,
he doesn't have he's not got the heater on him that freaking Mendoza does.
Yeah.
But he can at least go through the progressions.
Did you see the commercial? Like it was like after he got drafted, like 3 picks in.
Oh no, because when they were doing it, I was watching it on NFL Network, and then I got frustrated because I was lagging behind you guys, and then you guys were talking. You guys were like announcing the stuff, and I was seeing it on my phone beforehand. But I don't want to watch it on ESPN because I get annoyed as shit listening to Greeny and all of them.
Yeah.
And so I prefer watching on NFL Network because I'm getting much more coverage talking about it instead of every 5 seconds 1,000 commercials.
Yeah, So Mendoza had a commercial 3 picks in
Yeah.
with LinkedIn.
Did he?
Yeah, it shows him in the house, his house where he was at, where he
Yeah.
just got drafted at.
Yeah.
Dude. And it's like, well, looks like I need to change my LinkedIn profile. And he does something on the phone and he shows it.
That's
And then
amazing.
the LinkedIn pops
I
up.
love it.
3. It was pick number 3. He was
Yeah.
number 1, bro. Already, they had it planned.
Oh, of course.
You know how much money he made?
Dude.
A bunch.
Dude.
So, like, going back to this Ty Simpson thing, right? So, everything we just talked about is kind of null and void in mood at this point. Makes no difference because it seems to me, from what I was seeing today, that McVay was not happy about the pick. He had no say so, and it was all the GM.
Well, I don't think it was all the GM because they've known about it for months.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think he did.
Dapper knew about it.
They interviewed in the interview, bro. He did not look happy.
He didn't look happy. I don't think he. But again, I don't. I think it's a wasted pick. They should have picked up. My opinion. They should have taken again. They should have gone after a receiver, in my opinion, because realistically, with Puka Nacua and all the craziness that's happened, if you can't dump a bunch of money. You can't pay him the top dollar because he's earned it. But with all the craziness, are you going to give him the top receiving contract in the NFL?
After
Probably.
all, I mean, they probably will.
And you're looking at with a quarterback that you could be gone in a year or two.
You got your backup, bro. You got your backup plan B right now.
But that's the problem. You give it to Puka Nacua, who's doing all this crazy shit, and now he's got Ty Simpson as his number 1 quarterback instead of Matthew Stafford, and the Simpson thing doesn't work out. So now you're paying some kid $55 million a year, and you got Ty Simpson on a rookie quarterback deal, and it's not working out, and everything just implodes.
Well, that's if it doesn't work out. If it does, if he's somewhat halfway decent, then it's great because you swap out Matthew Stafford's contract, you put Puka's contract in there, and you got a quarterback who's serviceable on a rookie contract.
Or you could have just grabbed maybe Drew Lahr later.
So my question is this, because this has been going on for like 2 or 3 years. Every draft, we're expecting LA to jump in at some point and either trade back in or, they're usually in the back end of the draft or get that Ty Simpson-like quarterback. They can't just keep kicking the can down the road because if not, if they didn't take one this year, like I think for sure this is Matthew Stafford's last year. Right. I don't think he comes back again.
Why not go after Drew Lahr?
Because Drew Lahr is he's not going to be a starting NFL quarterback. Ty Simpson may have that.
I think I'm gambling that I got the same quality out of Drew Lahr that I'm going to get out of Ty Simpson.
You forget about 8-9 games into the season last year, Ty Simpson was the fucking Heisman front runner, bro. Yeah, I remember. 8-9 games in because he was crushing that shit.
Yeah, and you know what? So was Garrett Nussmeier at one point. So was Carson Beck at one point.
Nussmeier never fucking crushed it like Ty Simpson did this year.
Not last year.
No, not this past year.
But did he in years past?
Yeah, but
so did Carson Beck.
Get all over the floor last year.
I understand that, but did they also
both of them?
But they found a cyst in Nussmeier's back, which a lot of people are trying to say is why he had a bad year last year.
Hey, you listen, call your congressman about it.
I'm just saying.
Makes no sense. Makes no difference. You can call it whatever you want to.
Carson Beck was looking amazing last year.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
You're taking one of them guys over Ty Simpson?
I'm not trusting Ty Simpson. I'm not saying that I'm just not spending the 13th pick on Ty Simpson.
I get it. No one thought they were going to take Bo Nix last year neither.
I was going to take Bo Nix with the quickness. At 12, I was going to take him before, I was going to take him before Penix.
Yeah.
I would have drafted in Atlanta. I would have drafted Bo Nix before I'd taken Bo Nix.
Yeah, I think Penix is better. I don't know why people are so down on.
I love Penix, but if I'm picking between the two, I'm taking Bo Nix first.
Oh yeah, definitely. Bo Nix has some gunslinger mentality to him.
Yeah,
like he has some killer in him, but he doesn't show it consistently enough.
The problem with Penix he had the injuries and stuff like that, which made me a little bit nervous.
Yeah, and he had injuries. He got last year.
So guess what? Look what's happened. The injuries are still being a problem.
Okay.
All right.
I own to the Ravens.
Perfect.
Love it. Perfect. Ruben Bain all the way to 15.
Lucky sons of bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about golden horseshoe falling in Tampa Bay's fucking ass.
Yeah, dude.
Good Lord.
Yeah, they I mean, I love that pick.
Yeah.
I love the pick. I don't care. You can say whatever you want about the arms.
I
You know
don't. The arms are bullshit.
Yeah.
Production, reality.
I mean, if your arms are short, but you're still throwing people around the field, dude, it don't make a
No.
difference. And then you got my boy Jason Taylor over there. He said, "Man, if you don't pick this guy, you are making a mistake because he is outworking it." I like how he came up on the stage. He didn't take the picture.
No.
Like all them guys were like getting up there doing a little
No.
thing before putting their hat on.
No.
He was pissed.
Yeah.
He was pissed off, and he was about business, bro. And I think people screwed up.
Oh, they did.
I think they screwed up passing on him.
Oh,
He didn't have much to say, man. It's time to go to work.
yeah.
I love that.
I do too.
I love it.
Jets.
The Kenyon Sadiq.
Jets killed this fucking first round.
They did.
Fucking killed it.
But it's the Jets, man.
Listen, they may fuck it up in the end, but they still killed the fucking draft.
Same thing they did a couple years ago.
I know.
They had 3 first-round picks: Jermaine Johnson, Garrett Wilson, and Sauce Gardner.
Yep.
And then, offensive and defensive rookie of the year. And where are they at right now? Picking number 2.
Yeah.
Cursed.
Yeah.
We'll call it the curse of Joe Willie Namath.
Yep.
They are cursed, bro. They're cursed with bad coaching and bad ownership.
Yeah.
Because the ownership picks the coaches every time. And outside of Rex Ryan.
You know what's funny is I feel like they need to get the fuck out Jersey and go back to New York.
Yeah. Jersey's trash.
All right, Blake Miller. Great pick for fucking Detroit. They needed it, and he's 4-year starter. Like, I mean, it's perfect for them.
A little higher than a lot of people thought he'd go.
No.
Yeah.
Not me.
No.
I
mean, I didn't see him in any mock draft in the first round.
Oh, yeah. He wasn't getting out of the 20s.
No.
Now, here we go. This is the next one that shocked the shit out of me.
Yep. Caleb Banks at pick number 18 to the Minnesota Vikings.
I didn't have Caleb Banks picked at number 78.
No.
I mean, well, that's not true, but I didn't have him. I had him late in the second at best, because of the injuries. The dude got a second foot injury during prepping for the draft. Like, come on, man. Like, he's compared to a more athletic Gervon Dexter.
Yeah.
But you've now have suffered 2 foot injuries in this time span.
Yeah. I'm baffled. I don't get it.
And you had the spot to take your replacement, Dylan Thieneman. All right. If you're taking a defensive guy, you have a spot, or even Caden McDonald.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to take a DT, take the best one you could, because you're trying to replace the guys you lost. But you could have taken the guy, you could have replaced Harrison Smith, basically the guy who everyone said was the next Harrison Smith.
Yeah, Harrison Smith was a gangster too, bro.
Yeah, and he's the guy's going to retire. He has to retire. What do you?
He's like 38.
Dude, you just keep loading him with drugs or something. I don't even know. That didn't make any sense to me.
No. Monroe Freeling to Carolina. Love that.
Yep.
Solid pick.
Yep.
All right. The Eagles trade up with the Dallas Cowboys.
Dude, this was shady.
For Mekhi Lemon.
Did you see this?
No. What do you mean?
Did you see the video about this?
No.
So he was on the phone with Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Okay, now here's the thing. Why is Pittsburgh even on the phone with this guy?
Yeah.
You don't even have a quarterback, so why are you even concerned with trying to pick up a receiver?
I mean, why would you pick him up? I don't understand why they thought that Pittsburgh was going to take a receiver.
Well, they knew Pittsburgh was going to take him.
Why, I'm just saying, why would Pittsburgh take a receiver?
That's why I don't know. Pittsburgh's an idiot.
Like, everybody, everybody on ESPN and NFL Network and all of them were like, "Oh, Pittsburgh's going to take a wide receiver."
Yeah,
I was like, "Why? Why?
No, it makes no sense.
They just got 2 top-notch wide receivers, bro.
You don't even have a quarterback, and you're like, you're thinking is, I'll pick up another good receiver so that way I can coax Aaron back. for year 30 of his career.
And here it goes again. Once again, people trying to appease Aaron Rodgers
Fuck.
to come back and
Barf.
screwing up their team.
I know.
Screwing up their team. But fortunately, that didn't happen.
No.
Because Philly jumped on top of.
Yeah.
And
confirmed the AJ Brown trade is happening.
AJ's gone, baby.
AJ's gone.
I love it.
I do.
I love him going to New England.
Oh yeah,
they're a problem.
Yeah.
If that really does happen, which everything indicates he's going to New England, we're just waiting on a date.
Yeah. Well, June 1st.
June 1st.
Yeah. That's all we're waiting. That's when the trade is the most beneficial for financially.
AJ Brown over there.
God damn. Man.
With them two running backs.
Yeah.
And Drake May.
Oh
my God. Hunter.
Yeah. Think about this. You had Diggs in there that kind of helped like set a little bit of culture for your receivers, and now you're going to bring in. Now you're going to upgrade because you had all those young receivers in there. Now you're going to take them and be like, okay, now we kind of set a culture with everyone. Now it's time to upgrade for some actual talent. Here's AJ Brown.
Oh my God. They went to the Super Bowl last year, bro.
I know.
They went to the Super Bowl last year, bro.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Holy smokes, bro. So it might be going back.
So because Philly saved Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh was able to actually get the player they needed,
which is an
offensive lineman.
I don't like. So let's jump back to the last pick. I don't like Mekhi Lemon.
What?
And you have two Devonta Smiths over there.
No.
Yeah, they're built the exact same, dog. They're built the exact same. 5'11", under 200 pounds. Although Devonta Smith's actually a little bit lighter than him when he came in, I don't like it. I'm not a fan of Lemon, dude. Like you have two undersized wide receivers.
You have Devontae Smith, who is the speedster guy, and Lemon, who is a possession receiver guy. Yeah. I'm telling you, you're underestimating Lemon. Lemon is not. Lemon is more of a bulldog.
Yeah. Okay.
So
like a what would be a comparison?
I'm telling you, it's Amon-Ra.
I can't do it, man. Amon-Ra is great.
I know he's great, but the problem is that you can't picture this. But Amon-Ra is a little firecracker. He's in there, digging, eating, going after it.
We'll see, because Amon-Ra is a worker.
Yeah,
he's a worker.
Yeah,
that's why he's so good. And that's
because I laughed because I was thinking, I was like, Philly's ahead of us. Why are they jumping up?
Yeah,
because a lot of people thought Chicago may go after Lemon because Lemon played with Caleb.
Yeah,
and no,
we don't need. You guys don't need him.
No, we don't need him. But the thought was that we wouldn't have, there wouldn't be anyone. All the linemen were gone. We weren't taking an end, and so it was like, all right, well, best available. Lemon would have been best available for us.
All defense for y'all, man.
Oh no, we're still taking a receiver.
Man, y'all got some dogs for pass catchers over there. Dude.
I know, but we lost DJ Moore. We picked up
Khalif. You got Colston Loveland.
I know. We picked up Khalif Raymond, but we're going to probably add another guy. I'm just telling you, it's probably going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't doubt it, but they don't really need it,
right?
Not in my opinion.
Yeah, watch us pick up that one of the guys later.
I won't doubt it. I'm not doubting it for depth for sure.
Yeah,
someone gets injured, you need someone there. So yep. Pittsburgh took a OT from Arizona State. Like that pick for them.
Yeah, and I don't know where he'll play because I think I think they can move him around a little bit. That kid is very talented, and because they were looking at him. Chicago looked at him, and they brought him in for a visit and stuff, and they were talking about that he could be moved inside, so.
He can be overpowered if off balance.
So he may get moved around a little bit.
I think he started playing football late. He's a late.
Yeah.
bloomer.
Oh yeah, he didn't play until he's a freshman.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's from overseas.
He's from Africa, I think.
Yeah. And then the Chargers.
I love that pick,
dude.
I love that pick.
Now, how much do you think Dallas thought that they'd be like, all right, fine, we'll trade with you, and we'll just slide back, and we'll be able to land Mesidor?
They screwed up, dude.
Do you think? Because in my mind, I'm betting money they thought they were going to land him.
I thought so too, but I mean, if I'm the Chargers, I would have been like, "Thank you,
Yeah.
I appreciate you for trading back right behind us," because like that they needed an edge rusher, bro.
Yeah. Oh
An
yeah.
edge rusher back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Dude, that was a great pick.
and look, I don't care what anyone says. Mesidor, oh, he's 25 or whatever. It's called production. Over and over and over
Dude's a
again.
monster. He got overshadowed because of his running mate over there, but he's so good.
Like when you look at the two of them, who was more valuable? Like everyone was like, oh, but look, you go watch those playoffs and tell me again who was more important, because you'll be hard pressed to really tell me which one was more
I
important.
mean, it's hard. Bang killed it, but Messidor killed it.
Killed
too,
it, yeah.
man.
So
He did. And then Cowboys took Malachi Lawrence, which I think they reached a little
Malachi Lawrence.
Malachi.
Yeah. Now here's the thing though with Malachi. I think that the reason why, and they did reach for him. I wouldn't.
His last name's Lawrence.
No, because he fits more of their profile as far as being that slider,
Long,
faster guy. Because I was like, why the hell aren't they not taking like a Zion Young or something like that? Because he's a little bit faster.
It's so crazy, dude. Nowadays, the body frame of the edge rushers, 6'4", 250.
I know.
What? Crazy.
Now this pick, I was not a fan of.
What, CJ or KC Concepcion?
KC Concepcion.
He drops the ball too much,
dude.
man.
You can't be in the AFC North and be a small ball dropping receiver.
Yeah,
because they were talking about Monken was trying to pick up another Bateman, and it's like, yeah, but look how long it. Look at Bateman.
Bateman never panned out, really.
I mean,
he has his moments.
Yeah,
but like he's not a consistent receiver. He
Yeah.
disappears 75% of the
yeah,
time.
like
At least 75%.
it's like, okay, great. Well, Bateman shouldn't have been drafted in the first round either.
No.
He should have been drafted in the fourth round.
Yeah, he should not have been. I don't like smaller. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a fan of that pick either.
No, if he turns into Devin Hester, maybe it's worth it.
Yeah.
But
he definitely ain't turning into Tyreek. I tell you
No.
that. He's not a burner like that.
And then we have the Chicago Bears
Love it.
with this
Love it.
pick. I was
Stayed on course, stayed on target, did what they were supposed to do.
I may have messed my shorts
Yeah.
because I couldn't believe this guy fell to us.
I was secretly hoping they wouldn't pick him when he was there just to see how you would react, bro.
Dude.
So we were texting back and
Yeah.
forth, right? I was like, oh, bro, they got to take him, right?
Yeah.
They got to.
I mean, this guy, some people have argued whether or not this guy was better than Downs, which I don't believe he is, but just because his testing numbers came in so freakish compared to Downs's.
He's smart.
He's super smart.
Super smart.
So we definitely upgraded our safeties now this year are going to be phenomenal.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
I gotta put the draft on real quick just so we're on top of it.
Oh yeah. So the next one, the Texans. I don't like this trade up. Okay, I love the pick. I don't like the trade up. It seems like a waste of a trade up.
I mean, more than likely, honestly,
because Keelan Rutledge seems they could have still been had in a couple picks anyways.
I mean, it was definitely a reach.
Yeah,
I believe, but like them guys are these teams are more privy to information than we are
right.
as spectators. Like they know things that we don't know, but to me it seemed like an extreme reach.
Because obviously Buffalo and San Fran ended up trading completely out, and maybe they would have gone for Keelan or something, but realistically, it just didn't. It didn't seem like the teams ahead of them were going to go after. I mean, it was only a couple picks. They came up from 28 to 26.
Yeah,
I didn't like it.
I don't like it for that player either.
Well, I like Keelan Rutledge, but I think you could have easily had him at 28.
Yeah, no problem. I like Keelan Rutledge. I don't like him at 26, and I definitely don't like trading up from 28 to 26 to get him.
No, hell no.
I think there's other players out there.
Yeah.
I thought they were taking Lomu, but because they need help all over their line.
Yeah, but they needed. I think they're trying to build from the inside out.
Yeah, but
because they got blown up. They got blown up more so right up the middle.
yeah, but the reason their problem is the line.
I know.
All the way around.
Yeah.
And the problem with their line is that it's making their quarterback play like shit.
I know.
You know what I mean? Because if you give him, I mean, I don't know what's going on there, but all I can point to is the offensive line.
Yeah.
And like when it comes to the quarterback and the offensive line, it starts with the tackle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he showed us his rookie year that he could definitely be something.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he looked phenomenal. And ever since then, his line has been shit. And ever since then, he has been shit.
Well, they keep putting money into it, but it keeps going backwards.
Yeah, I know.
So they're I think they finally have resigned to building from the inside out because they've put money on the out. They put money on the outside.
Yeah, it didn't work out.
But the inside is still getting destroyed.
Yeah. Definitely.
So I think that they finally have decided we've got to start building this set the inside, and if we have to, we'll pay until we can land something on the outside. Because the problem is they're not drafting high enough to get the guys on the outside.
Yeah. I can't believe San Francisco's on the clock.
Yeah,
round 2.
9 teams did not draft in the first round.
I can't believe they gave Buddy another 2-year, $50 million contract. He's old. He's old, man. He's starting to get hurt more often too.
I know.
I mean, he's a great player. He's still really good right now. He's not as good as he used to be, but he's definitely still top tier.
Dude, he's still better. He's probably still top 15. Do you think he's top 10?
Yeah.
That's what's scary. He is.
You know what I mean?
I know.
He's so good, dude.
We're talking about Trent Williams, by the way.
Just in case,
not to confuse anybody.
I mean, but he's that type of dickhead too. And I don't even call him a dickhead. He wants his money, and he's not going to play if you don't get it.
No,
he's not going to. He won't. He'll sit out. You know what I mean?
Oh, look. Let's be honest here. He's earned it.
He has.
He's earned every penny.
Good. He's so good,
and he's too scary to say no to.
Yeah,
he'll slap the shit out of you.
Yeah. Remember when he punched Richard Sherman in the face? So what you gonna do, boy?
Yeah.
I'm gonna punch you in your face. Go ahead and do what?
God,
he's lucky he ain't put his weight behind it, like give him a real punch.
Yeah, no.
He'd have broke his face.
Oh.
And then we had the Miami
Dolphins
with Chris Johnson. At first, I was kind of pissy about it, but
yes,
Chris talked me off the ledge here.
Yep.
And then I looked into it a little bit more, and I actually loved the pick.
Yeah, Chris Johnson is a great pick.
Yeah, let's take a look at it. Pre-draft analysis. Johnson had 4 interceptions last season and returned 2 for touchdowns.
Yeah,
ball hawk, baby.
He's super smart, high character guy.
I love the high character. Yeah. That high character means more to me than almost anything, dude.
He's a team leader guy. He just was on a crappy team.
Yeah, he shows good instinct diagnosing routes, concepts from zone and off man coverage before undercutting them. When playing the ball, Johnson does a good job tracking it and dislodging it from receiver. And when in phase or working in trail position, he can turn and locate the ball. Johnson has enough speed to keep pace with the receiver vertically. Jesus. Running a 4.4. He ran a 4.4 flat.
Yeah.
So he's got speed.
I think he's even faster than that. I think his pro day was faster, but
I love it. I like it. I like it a lot. They moved up a couple, and that's the good thing about Dolphins is we got enough picks to play around. If we want to jump up somebody we really love, we have the picks to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They got like 4 million picks.
Jesus.
And then
New England with the Lomu.
Yep. You don't like it.
I'm not. Look, my problem is with this is you already went last year. You picked Campbell, who was amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of a project still though.
But he should be a guard. Now you pick Lomu. Okay, so you move Campbell into guard. You move your center, who you had at guard, back to his actual natural position at center, right? So now you shift everyone, but Lomu doesn't have the strength. He's got to get that strength up. He could be a good tackle, but it's like you're constantly having to make adjustments to make this thing work. And I'm just like, it's like you have such a good team, and you're constantly, and I just don't trust their O-line coach to get these guys ready. That's the only thing.
And he's a decent pass blocker, and he's not a good run blocker.
No.
You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens there.
This next pick was one of my unfavorites.
Peter Woods
Yeah.
to the Kansas City Chiefs.
It didn't make sense to me. You have, if you, I understand that you're trying to replace Chris Jones, right? But why not take McDonald?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you have the option. Peter Woods, who looks like he should be Chris Jones, is not Chris Jones.
I mean, they saw something on the tape, dude. Like he's severely underperformed too. Because like I remember his freshman and sophomore years, they were like, "This guy's the one.
He's going to be
This guy's the
top
one."
5 pick.
And then his junior and senior years,
No.
not so much.
He was going to be top 5, possibly number 1 pick at one point.
Here's the short arms things again that they were saying 31 and a quarter inch arms.
Everything just kept getting worse and worse. And how are you're on it's not like you're being coached by some bums. You're at Clemson.
Yeah.
So
they fell off decent though, didn't they? They were up top for a minute there.
Yeah.
Clemson was, and then all of a sudden
NIL.
Yeah.
Now this next pick I love. Again,
I love
Jets. Like normally I'm like, why are you trading back up when you're the Jets?
Hold on. Pick is in. Let's hear it.
Okay.
I just want to say it's awesome to be back in my hometown. It was an honor to play here for 4 years. And so I think
Who's doing that?
I don't know who that is. Andy Lee.
Yeah.
In the 2026 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Deshaun Stribling, wide receiver.
Wow, Stribling. What? What?
Wow.
What?
That was extra.
Over Boston? I mean, Stribling is I thought we were going to get Stribling in like the 3rd round. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. That was woof.
Wow.
I don't understand that one.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, back to
Jesus
round.
Christ. All right.
There's been a lot. There've been some head scratchers, dude.
Yeah.
In this draft so far.
Stribling testing numbers and everything came out great. He looked like a Chicago pick, like a mile away because of his blocking and everything else. So he is a Shanahan guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's fast, he's big, and he blocks.
Out of 33 for me. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if I'd go 33.
This seems like what's that douchebag's name from Buffalo?
Bean?
No, from last year.
Oh, yeah. Jesus.
They jumped back in the first round to take him
Yeah.
in 24, I think. I can't think of his name.
Yeah, I know. Oh, God. Such a good kid, too.
Dropping the ball all over the place last past year.
Keon Coleman.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, I love he was one of my guys that I really liked in this draft.
Yeah. That's who Cleveland should have taken.
Yeah, they should have.
Like, why in the world are you not picking up Omar Cooper Jr.?
Yeah. Me and Chris were talking about it quite often since last night, and the Jets are kind of stacked, bro, on offense.
Dude.
Sadiq, Omar Cooper, Garrett Wilson, running back, dude.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
They just need to touch that lineup and get someone who can halfway throw the ball, bro.
Listen, if Gino can play halfway decent ball for the next 2 to 3 years for them, okay?
Yeah.
He doesn't need to play great because they need to draft several slightly high next year. Okay.
Arch Manning incoming.
CJ Carr, whatever. Well, listen, CJ Carr is actually rated higher for the Heisman right now.
Yeah,
that's coming up here. But we're I'm not saying about professional level, but whoever.
What's the other kid's name from Oregon?
Dante Moore. So, but Dante Moore, whatever, whoever comes out.
Hold on. I don't like Dante Moore. Huh? I mean, I think he's great, but I don't think he's. I'd take. All right, Cardinals pick round 2, pick number 34. James Conner.
2026 NFL Draft. The Arizona Cardinals Chase Bisontis, Texas A&M.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it is a good one. I like that pick. A little late for their line, but
Why?
because I would have. Well, yeah, who are they taking?
Where are you going to take?
Yeah.
Where are you going to take a third?
Um,
They picked a third and now second in the second round.
yeah. I mean, I like that pick.
Okay, so now we go to pick number 31. The Tennessee Titans trade back in for no fucking reason whatsoever for
Yeah.
Keldrick Falk.
I mean, I know who else was taking them. Did Seattle? Seattle wasn't.
Seattle wasn't taking them.
I mean, Seattle could use some defensive line help, bro.
They're not taking Keldrick Falk.
No, but I don't think they will.
You have Seattle has 4 picks
Yeah.
in this draft.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they would.
No.
I mean, it wouldn't extremely surprise me if they did take Keldrick Folk at 32.
Right.
It wouldn't. I wouldn't be like, oh my god, I can't believe it. I'm like, okay, it makes sense because like Seattle's defense is, or Seattle's team is predicated on their defense, and their defense is great.
Yeah.
But their defensive line is probably the weak point of their entire defense.
Right.
So if they would have took Keldrick Folk, I would have been like, okay,
yeah. They could have used him as a rotational piece, but still, no.
I wouldn't have traded back up because there's I wouldn't have traded up.
No.
There ain't no way. You know what I mean? I don't see that happening, but I like the pick. I don't like the trade. I like the pick.
I don't like it. I don't like the trade. I like the pick. I don't like the trade. The trade was pointless.
I think it fits.
So it was horrible, a horrible first round for me for Tennessee. I gave him a horrible grade.
Yeah, I like them for I like the pick because he Keldrick Folk's good in the run as well as the pass.
I think that Keldrick Falk and Carnell Tate are perfect for Tennessee. Where they took them at, horrible.
Yeah, I agree. And then you got Jadarian Price to Seattle.
Made the most sense on the fucking planet.
More sense than any of it, dude.
If Seattle can't trade back to get any extra picks,
I love that pick.
fucking
Perfect.
it's perfect.
Like that is like, let's go with what we need.
Yeah.
You know,
The only other player that they could have taken that running back wise, the only other guy who I thought they may take other than Jadarian Price would have possibly been Mike Washington.
Yeah. I like him.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. He's real good.
Yeah. So
He's really good, dude.
And that's and only just because he's a little bit more durable than Jadarian.
Well, this is pretty much outside of some domestic violences or car crashes. This is pretty much going to be our NFL wrapped up till about August.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, there'd be some. We always can talk NFL, but
yeah.
Oh, here we go. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Who's calling the pick? Who's this? Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly. 35?
Well, he's got the
Yeah, I know.
can't make fun of Jim Kelly, dude.
From Clemson.
That's a good one.
Because of the new defense here, Jim Leonard. He'll be standing up on.
I'm surprised they took him.
Why?
Oh, he's a yeah.
Yeah, he's an
Yeah.
edge.
Yeah, he's an edge.
Yeah, they need it.
They need it bad.
Yeah.
I like that.
No, I like that too because
I
they're
like
gonna be
that.
running they're gonna be running a 3-4 now.
I mean, like, who else is there to take? Oh, look, my wife's calling. Let's answer.
Okay.
Hold on, let's answer.
Let's talk to Tiana.
Babe, you are live on the podcast.
Hello, Tiana.
Is this an emergency pumpkin? Love you, bud. That's funny.
She's like, you asshole.
Yes. Well, listen, you know better.
Yeah.
You know what's going on right now.
Yeah.
We are in the middle of it
Yeah.
right now.
I don't know what she was thinking.
Me neither.
Okay. She didn't try to FaceTime like, oh, look at
So
JR.
let's talk a little. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk a little basketball.
Okay.
So Celtics
Yep.
are playing right now.
Yep.
7-6.
Yep.
Just started.
Yep.
Tell me how your team
Yeah.
were winning handedly for the most part.
Yep.
And then let the 76er Embiid-less 76ers come back and beat them at home.
Listen,
At home.
VJ Edgecombe had a hell of a game. I'll tell you that much.
I like that kid, man.
I do too.
He's really good.
He is.
He's going to be so good, dude.
I know. Where was he? From Providence?
No,
You sure? I thought it was
no, it wasn't Providence. Freaker. I'll tell you right now. Hold
Oh, and I'm looking it up.
I got him right here. Baylor. Yep, he went to Baylor.
Why was I thinking Providence?
I don't know
That's
what
so
you were
weird.
thinking.
I don't know either.
Yeah, so let's take a look at this.
Yeah.
It's 1-1 and
Yeah.
with
Which I
Boston.
expected us to lose a game at least to this.
I didn't expect them to lose at home.
That doesn't shock me.
So I was there, like I was downtown by the stadium.
Yeah.
And like I was like a couple blocks away for the first half, and I was
Yeah.
like, eyeballing it here and there on my phone. I was like, oh yeah, they're smoking them like they're supposed to.
Yeah.
And then we were leaving the north end and heading back to Gloucester, and like we drove by the stadium, and it was the end. It was like 3 minutes left in the fourth, and it flashed the score up on the outside video monitor.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell? Dude, they were up like
I know.
10 or 15 points last I saw it, dude. I was like, holy Nikes.
I know. I was like, what in the fuck is going on?
I mean, Maxi's a boss, dog.
Right.
Let's be real. And Edgecombe is really good. I've always felt like Kelly Oubre Jr. has been underrated.
Well, here's the fact. It had nothing to do. It had everything to do with the threes.
I was gonna say, did they go cold shooting threes?
They shot 13 for 50.
It drives me nuts when people aren't, because they always go to hit to the threes nowadays.
No,
Always.
it pisses me off to
It
no
gets
end.
on my nerves,
I know.
bro.
And they won't stop.
And they won't stop.
Just and that's the one thing I miss about whatchamacallit, right? Houston's coach, Udeke. Right?
Yeah.
He would slap the living snot out of them to stop doing that. Ime would go, hey,
what happened?
Houston traded.
Did they?
They traded Raiders.
The Raiders. Raiders getting Boston. I bet you.
No, Houston traded Texas straight up to number 36 for Raiders.
I wonder what they gave him.
I don't know. But stop. Let's go back to this because we got to finish up. Because I would, no offense, people, I love you all, but I'd like to get off and watch this actual draft.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so, but anyways, so let's talk about some key things here. Atlanta, I think, has the Knicks number.
Atlanta is good, dude.
I know.
They're really good.
I know.
They got a good team.
Orlando tied up the series.
Orlando won the first game. They beat Detroit in Detroit.
I thought they just won. I thought Detroit won the first one. And
no, Orlando won the first game.
Oh, Orlando won the first
Remember,
game.
I was talking crap to Chris?
That's right.
But Chris is an Orlando fan.
Yeah,
He's a Magic fan. I was on the phone talking crap to him.
Spurs.
Yeah.
Are they in trouble?
I don't know. We'll see. We shall see for sure. I mean, they may be. All right, hold on. Here we go.
Original Houston Texan scored the first touchdown for the Texans, both in preseason and regular season. Quite a record.
Billy Miller.
Yep. Tight end.
Yeah.
2026. The Houston Texans select Caden McDonald.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Yep.
It's a good pick. Oh,
there you go. So here you go, folks. So the Houston Texans, one of the best defense in the league,
takes another defense.
Takes the best defensive tackle in the draft.
Rich get richer.
Jesus.
I wouldn't have taken. I mean, who's left? Let me look at this best available real quick. I wouldn't have taken defense, dude. Their defense is so good.
It's so good, but why not? Why would you not just stack it deeper?
Yeah, I guess.
Because in the middle, their defense is stacked on the outside.
I mean, there's no offensive line I would take anywhere near this range.
They
either.
don't. Their defensive tackles are not as strong as their outside guys.
There's a huge drop off in offensive linemen right now.
Yeah, but they're inside. Boo, Jesus! And look,
Yeah.
you're not going to draft a center or anything like that.
No.
So, okay, so now, my thing is that Wemby's going to come back. He's not going to be out this whole series, but does Portland just get too far ahead?
No, man. I think they just got shook when Wemby got hurt and he went out. You know what I mean? They're still good. They got too many good players over there.
I know. It's just
they should. So on face value, it shouldn't be a problem without Wemby, there,
Right.
Because their talent is they have so much talent over there compared to what the Trailblazers have. That shouldn't be a problem. And then all of a sudden, where does Scoot Henderson all of a sudden looks like he might be good or something out of the middle of nowhere?
I know.
I've been waiting for him to show up for the last 3 years.
Yeah,
bro.
I know.
And he hasn't. Then all of a sudden he gets in the playoffs this year and he looks good.
I know.
He looks really good, dude. I was like, holy smokes, what happened to this guy?
Now here's okay. I'm not even going to talk OKC Phoenix because that's pointless.
It's definitely pointless.
So here's the shocker: the fucking Lakers.
I know.
Like everyone had that one. Like I had it. That was over. You know, like LeBron didn't stand a chance against this. Even with KD out the first game, Houston was going to just roll over him. And dude, I don't know if Houston's going to win a game.
They might not, dude. Dude, you know what? Like all of a sudden, whatchamacallit from over on the Lakers, dude. All of a sudden, this dude is snapping out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
A Cornet?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he's dropping 20 and 25 and 30 points.
He played like that for us.
Dude, it's just
if you give that guy time, that dude is a baller.
Well, Durant's still out.
Freaking
Durant is still out.
And the best series of the whole thing, and I this should always be a quarterfinal game. This should not be an opening series game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is Minnesota
and the Nuggets.
Like this is not this is such a good game series every series.
Dude, they torched the Nuggets last night.
Dude.
They beat their ass.
Did you see Ant was like, they're just old and outdated or something. Like they got
I don't like Ant, man. I don't like him as a person. I don't like his attitude. I don't like the way he goes about.
Oh, because he's an arrogant prick?
Yeah.
Yeah, shocker.
He's a punk.
Yeah.
He's a fucking punk.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, you can't take none away from him on the basketball court. He's amazing.
Right.
But I do like what he said when they lost game one. He's like, they're walking out the court and he was like, guys, don't worry about it. It's one game.
Yep.
They did what they were supposed to do. We're in their house. They did what they were supposed to do. Don't even stress it, dude.
Dude, so him in that movie, what's that?
Oh, yeah, with Adam Sandler?
Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
That's him.
That's him.
All the time.
He's a punk.
He's a punk. But
you could tell. He played that role well because that was him.
That's him. But guess what?
I wanted to punch. Dude, when I watched that movie, I was like, I'm going to punch this kid in his face.
But guess what? You know what? That's what drives him.
Yeah.
And if that's what drives you to be you, okay. I'm not gonna hate you for it.
Like we talked about last week on the podcast. It's just not the way I was raised to play sports.
It wasn't I wasn't raised like that either. But when I'm on the court, especially the basketball court, that shit talking and everything else, I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
because on the court, it's different. It's not like there's a lot more gamemanship that's happening, you know, in that one-on-one situation than in some of the other things. Like if I'm sitting at a base, I don't need someone talking shit to me. I don't need the second baseman talking shit to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't need the catcher talking shit to me while I'm batting, you know?
Oh, here come the Giants. Are they taking McCoy? If they get McCoy, dude, how is this even possible?
I don't think they take him.
You don't think so? All right,
No.
here we go. Osi Omaniora. That's what they're going back to right now.
Yeah.
2026 NFL Draft.
Boston.
Bolton Hood.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. They took one of the Tennessee defensive backs.
That guy flew up boards at the end too.
Yeah, he did.
A lot of people are real high on him.
Yeah.
I like it.
McCoy's got everyone scared with those injuries, man.
It's crazy, dude. But who's next? The Raiders.
Raiders.
Who's the Raiders taking?
The Raiders are going to – if the Raiders don't take a receiver here.
Something ain't right.
Or watch them take another tight end.
They did that. Remember, they did that with Mayer.
Yeah,
Mayer, Michael Mayer, and then they took Brock Bowers.
Well, you had to when.
Yeah,
I mean, there's no way.
Mayer was really good too, though.
I know it was, but there's a huge difference with level up from Mayer to Bowers.
Definitely. I would trade him, but he played well when.
I wouldn't. Not when you have a 2 tight end set like that.
That's the new NFL.
I know
2 and 3, 2 and 3,
3 tight ends
sets.
Yeah, if you got a third tight end
from right, McVay.
I know, but if you got a third tight end that can block, and then roll out, freaking,
that's the new NFL. That is the fad right now. It is for sure. All right, guys, we'll get the hell up out of here.
Thank you guys so very much for partaking with us, and we hope we didn't annoy you too much with our idiocy. And
please comment on our idiocy. We love that.
Yeah,
we want the banner.
Yeah,
the banter.
We want the heat.
Yeah, give it to me. If I'm a jerk off, say I'm a jerk off.
Yeah,
and I'll call you one back.
If you think he's a prick like Ant, let him know.
Tell me. Hey, tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me. I want to hear it.
And by the way, did you hear how he talks so much shit about me being some bandwagon fan, even though I have one selective team for everything? But yet him, as a Braves fan, is wearing a Boston Red Sox hat. Again, bandwagon. Yeah. So let's talk about who's really bandwagon fans. Thank you guys so very much.
Appreciate you guys.
Have a good one.